Hello everyone, my name is Jordan and today I decided to do a review of Ahsoka Season 1 Episodes 1 and 2. So this is going to be my first review that I'm doing for Ahsoka and, well, for anything. So here we go. So the episode starts off with a New Republic ship coming into contact with the ship that the villains of the series, Balin Skull and Shin Hati, are on. And this ship is carrying the prisoner, Morgan Elsbeth, who was seen in The Mandalorian. When I'm pretty sure that's the same woman Mando fought. Yeah, so she's being taken, she's a prisoner, and so she's being taken to the Galactic Republic. And the ship is intercepted. The transponder says it's a Jedi code or whatever. So the captain goes to meet them in the ship's deck. My first thing I noticed was the New Republic's uniforms are pretty whack, you know. I mean, of course, they don't want to look like stormtroopers. Not saying whack, but they don't look tough. They don't have any armor. They're just wearing regular suits and everything. When he goes down to meet the Jedi in the hangar, he only brings about 7 security guards with him. I think he should have definitely brought a lot more security. He didn't actually believe they were Jedi, but he should have brought more security. I noticed that Balin seems to be just in it for the money. He's not really down with the cause of the Empire, bringing back the Empire. He's just in it for money and power. That's why he's trying to help bring Thrawn back. So then it cuts to Ahsoka. I'm gonna have to look at my notes. It cuts to Ahsoka, and she arrives at this temple that was apparently the temple was created by the Night Sisters. She arrives there to get the star map that is hidden there. Apparently, it has a map to where Thrawn and Ezra are now. So she cuts her way to the top of the temple like you see in the trailers, and she has to do a little puzzle to receive the star map, but it's locked. She can't read it, can't decipher it. When she leaves the temple, she can make contact with Hurang, the Jedi droid from the temple that was seen in previous series. She can't make contact with him. When she gets out the temple, there's an assassin droid tells her to give him the map. She gets surrounded by droids. Fight ensues. It's a really good fight. You know, it wasn't too long of a fight, but it had good action. She took them out pretty easily. She took out 2, dropped 3 under into the temple. They crawl out, and then they begin to self-destruct, which was confusing to me because if they went to... It was a huge explosion, you know, destroyed the entire temple. It looked like they dropped like a Moab or something, a nuke or something. And so that wasn't a pretty good idea if they were planning on actually retrieving the map. So she runs away, she's able to escape, and now she has to try to find a way to decipher the map. So she speaks to Hera Syndulla in the hologram. Hera tells her that maybe she should see if Sabine can decipher the map. Sabine is still on Lothal since the end of Rebels. So I like the character design. I wanted to say I like the character design of Ahsoka. I know we saw her in The Mandalorian, but also Hera looks good. You know, the droid who rang. Sabine, I liked how they had her hair done in the series in the beginning. Let's see, who else? So the character's design is good, but it's Star Wars. They always have good character design. Good, they got a great budget, so you know. another thing I noticed was like when they're flying out of the atmosphere, you can see the details on the windscreen of the ship. You see the water from the condensation when they're leaving the atmosphere. I don't remember noticing that in any other series. Maybe I just wasn't paying that attention, but I guess maybe since I was doing a review, I was trying to find more things. Let's see. Okay, so then we cut to the scenes of Sabine Wren, and there is on Lothal. They're having a commemoration for the Battle of Lothal that they won when they defeated the Empire, when Ezra and Thrawn left. And Sabine is supposed to be there, but she cuts out, she ditches it. Guy sends out security to go find her. I was wondering, I have to rewatch Rebels now. It's been years since I've seen it, but it seemed like Sabine has started to mature throughout the series towards the ending. I'm guessing once, she lost Ezra, that may have caused her to regress. But it seemed like she was acting a little bit childish, the whole running away thing. I was wondering, like, what did they tell the guy? Oh, she did a cool maneuver so we couldn't stop her or whatever. But Sabine doesn't seem to be interested in helping out the New Republic or whatever her role is. They call her commander, so I'm guessing she's a commander in the New Republic. One thing I did notice throughout this episode and episode 2, that it seemed as if people who got their ranking from being in the rebellion seemed like, well, of course, the characters that are formerly part of the Empire, which we'll get to that later, but of course they show a little bit of disrespect. But it seemed like they don't get as much respect as people who were already part of the government. I'm guessing that's like people are trying to say they're a newcomer, outsider. Nobody actually says that, but it seems people give off vibes in conversation, more so in episode 2, but we'll get to that. The star map seemed pretty easy to unlock. I mean, it was a puzzle. Sabine, she ends up, Ahsoka goes to Lothal, meets with Sabine, and she tells her about the star map, tells her she thinks they can find Ezra. And so she wants her to decipher it, but Sabine wants to take it back to her home to decipher it there. Ahsoka doesn't want her to, but the Hurang takes her to the side to tell her about the lightsabers that they got a video of. They have a video from when Baylan and Shin attacked the Republic ship and freed Morgan. And they have them on camera. They have zoom in on their lightsabers. So he's seen almost every lightsaber that was built in the past 1,000 years or however long. They said, people were saying 1,000 years, but he says 500 in the show. But so he doesn't recognize Shin's, but he recognizes Baylan's, and so he tells them that they were Jedis. So now she's gonna have